Now, Gareth Barry has started all but one of the last 83 Premier League games for Manchester City and Aston Villa, so it's something of a surprise to see him on the bench tonight. John Fenley caught up with him ahead of this evening's match.
So Gareth, here we are in the Manchester City press room, which a lot of people at home probably never seen before. It's where you do all your interviews. Do you like doing interviews?
Yeah, I don't mind them, to be honest. It's certainly part of the job these days, and coming down here, once or twice a month is nothing too hard.
Is there one question that you get asked all the time that you think, why are you asking me that?
Generally, it comes around. A lot of the questions are the same, so you're pretty used to the answers, and it just sort of rolls off the tongue. So
okay.
Here we go.
What's the mood in the camp been like since the Everton game?
As you'd expect, it's very down in there, very disappointed, but at the same time, we're trying to pick each other up because we realise there's still a lot at stake, and just because we've had one disappointing result, we know we've got the players that can bounce back and still achieve that fourth spot, which is a big target for ourselves. Got
a little bit tasty in the technical area, didn't it?
Yeah, I think that surprised everyone because the manager's pretty cool, but sometimes it can get the better of you. But it does show you care. You're desperate to win the game. Certainly, I'm sure that was the reason for that.
Who would your money have been on?
Got to stay loyal, haven't I? I'll back our manager.
People have said, "Oh, the pressure's showing." Is that fair?
No, this will always be the case after one defeat, but. They weren't the same stories after we beat Chelsea, we beat Fulham away, got a good point against Sunderland, are picking up form. So we're obviously disappointed because it's the first home defeat of the season, and there'll be a few negative comments, but as you say, we've got to make sure we can bounce back.
Have you had a look at your running?
Yeah, I've certainly had a look at the fixtures, and it's going to be a tight finish for the four teams that are pushing for that fourth spot. And each and every team has got a good chance, so we've got to try and make sure we're on top of the pile.
If you look at the season as a whole, you've fared pretty well against the top clubs. It's the smaller clubs where you've struggled. Would that be fair?
Yeah, it could be a fair point, to be honest. We've played probably some of our best football against the top teams, which is strange really, but something we may need to address. But although we've just lost the first home game, we've got to really pick ourselves up and finish strong, and hopefully the fans can get behind us, and that home form could be vital come the end of the season.
Roberto Mancini, how have things changed since he came to the club?
Yeah, they've changed dramatically as expected really. He's come over from Italy with new ideas and different training regimes, etc. So things have changed. We're still learning off each other really. Things don't change overnight, but he likes to be involved in everything. You'll always see him on the pitch working with the players. Different tactics, different shapes, etc. It's good for the players to know what the manager wants.
Would it be a disaster for the club if you didn't get the fourth spot?
No, it certainly won't be a disaster. I mean, from the outside, people will look upon us as a disaster because we've not won a trophy, and the aim was fourth spot, but it's certainly not a disaster. We've had a change of manager during the season, so it's always going to be tough for him to come in and stamp his authority straight away, but it certainly won't be a disaster. But at the same time, we're going to be disappointed if we don't achieve it, because we want to be winners in the dressing room, so we want to be hitting the targets.
Good stuff. Good to meet you, mate.
Cheers. Thank you.
All the best rest of the season.
Thank you.